What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one, the only, Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, how was the weekend? Dude, happy Friday.
Yeah, well, we're through it now.
Yeah, but, just like that, eh?
A lot of things happening in my life. Moving forward, getting back to work, that's going to feel good. Can't wait for the weekend where I can kick back after work, you're supposed to, and play some games.
Awesome. Absolutely. Dude, it's a long weekend. Any plans?
No, not specifically.
Games.
I was maybe going to see my parents in Newmarket, but
sure.
Unlikely now.
No way. Well, dude, let's get started into the show. Before we get to that, you guys can always join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as YouTube. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later. InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, and TV streaming networks around the globe. Coming up this month, September 17th and the 18th, is our charity stream, The Big Game. That's right, we're helping out big brothers and big sisters. Make sure you swing by. We have special guests, community members are joining us, and we've got 24 games in 24 hours. So make sure you come over and hang out with us for a little bit, because we're there for a lot of time, a long time, Scott.
Yes, please help keep it clean. Maybe after 12 hours, it could be a mess. Let's see.
We'll see what happens. Dude, coming up on today's show, another top streamer leaves Twitch for YouTube in the same week. Dude, what is going on over there? New state of play next week. Oh man, I can't wait to talk about that one. Battlefield 2042 beta dates have been possibly leaked, and abandoned isn't called abandoned anymore.
I'm wondering if it's called canceled, but let's get into that.
All right, let's go. TimTheTatman, one of Twitch's biggest streamers, moves to the YouTube gaming. Dude, TimTheTatman, one of the most popular streamers on Twitch, is leaving to stream exclusively on YouTube gaming. His move comes just days after another big streamer, Dr. Lupo, announced that he'd be switching from Twitch to YouTube as well. Dude, TimTheTatman's first stream will take place on September 2nd. So, yo, that was quick, man. That was a quick announcement and a quick move. In the moving from Twitch, TimTheTatman is leaving behind the 7 million followers he's acquired over there on Amazon-owned platform Twitch. Dude, that's insane. 7 million people leaving behind? That is, I wonder how many people do you think will actually transition over then to follow him over on YouTube?
Well, I think you would hope for 50%. If he gets 50%, I think that would be a success. As far as bringing your community, I think a lot of people will join him on YouTube, but I'm sure they've made that kind of calculation. But
I'm sure, right?
I don't think everybody will come across.
I don't think so either. I think a lot of people are either invested in one platform or the other, and they don't want to keep jumping back and forth. I go to YouTube for different reasons, if that makes sense, right? I go to Twitch because people are streaming, and I go to YouTube to watch VODs, like videos for later, right? Videos on demand.
Oh, yeah.
So it allows me just to kind of type something in, search it up, whatever, watch, who knows, whatever content's over there, besides our own, of course. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just, but YouTube gaming is now on the rise. So, and while they just took two of the biggest streamers from Twitch this week, Dr. Lupo, now TimTheTatman is going over there, who was speaking with Insider. Barter said the move will let him spend more time with his family. When I started, I had no family obligations and I could stream a lot of hours, he said to the Insider. The reality is, now that I've got my wife and my son, it's hard for me to stream as much as I did beforehand. Wow. Dr. Lupo, in an interview with the Washington Post, similarly indicated that his YouTube gaming deal would give him more family time, and said that the deal was presented with him would let him be secure for life.
Oh, what does that mean? Does that have some dollar signs attached to it?
I would think so, right? I would secure for life. Man, that is quite the statement. Barter and Lupo's move follow earlier switches made by Courage and Valkyrie, man, who signed to YouTube Gaming, might be invested more in bringing big names to the platform. YouTube Gaming still sees far fewer hours watched than Twitch does, according to Streamlabs. So the signing could help YouTube close that gap. Dude, a lot of moves this year with the world of YouTube, and they're trying to grow that. We talked about Google Stadia for a little bit when we talked about Dr. Lupo. Maybe that could be some kind of play in there as well. I wonder if TimTheTatman, most notably known for streaming on his PC, would then pick up Google Stadia at all. Is there like a deal in there anywhere going, hey, you should check out Stadia?
Yeah, I wonder if there's anything specifically written in, because of course he has the freedom to try it just like we all do, but
Absolutely.
will it be a focus? Is there something obligated that he has to really do so often to keep that up with? I'd be curious to know the more details, the finer details of this deal, but see that they're definitely dropping a lot of dollars this week, getting people to move over, and it seems like they're doing something to strengthen. For a long time, YouTube gaming's been around, and it's been an alternative to Twitch.
Yeah.
But it never really had the following. I think partly because Mixer took that area.
Somewhat.
Mixer is no more, and that leaves YouTube to swing back. So I think that's part of what we're seeing. We're seeing a larger, long-term game play out.
I think so, right? We're starting to see the competition is what we see in consoles all the time is Xbox versus PlayStation. Now we have Twitch versus YouTube, right? And this is what's going on. We're going back and forth, back and forth. We saw Ninja left, then Ninja got a deal with Mixer, then that closed, and then he switched over here, and then other people are leaving. And now we have TimTheTatman and Dr. Lupo leaving in the same week. And they're bringing a huge audience or a chunk of their audience with them over to a whole other platform, which is just a massive shift when you're looking at Twitch. And if you're on the inside of Twitch and you're going, man, we just lost what, maybe 15 million viewers potentially, right? Even 10 million. If you lost 10 million viewers, dude, that's a huge chunk of revenue. Now you go to your advertisers and you say, well, you know, we insert this ad. Well, TimTheTatman's about to start streaming and he puts that on for you and away you go, and he signs this deal, that deal, and all of a sudden you don't have that opportunity anymore because he's just jumped ship. Dude, that's a big profit loss right there.
I'm not sure if it's much in the way of ads or if it's just the using their kind of captive audience for the follows, the subscriptions, and that sort of thing.
Sure.
Twitch takes a large cut of the subscriptions that, for sure, part of the 7 mil viewers have been paying into that. So it is definitely a shakeup of the income, but it's such a large ocean that I'm not sure if they'll really feel it yet.
I'm curious to see how it plays out. I wonder if we're going to see them start to kind of take a look at their subscription model and the percentage that they take versus what YouTube gets. If they do a model similar to what we see Steam versus Epic Games, we've been covering them for the last couple of years now at this point, right? There's a difference there for developers and a huge incentive for everybody as a developer to go to Epic because they take less. Where if you go to Steam takes a significant chunk of your income, right? Every time you sell a game, they take a percentage, and their percentage is a lot higher than Epic Games. And I wonder now if Twitch is going to look at that model and maybe we can entice some of these people to come back because they'll make more when they have 7 million or 1 million or 2 million followers on there, and then they turn those into subs, that they won't take so much, right? I wonder what they're going to do now for their infrastructure, losing 2 big streamers, and I wonder who else is going to be sticking around or leaving or making moves, or is Twitch going to go acquire somebody else? Like, what's their deals going on?
I think this is like a water breaking moment where there's going to be a lot of people leaving the Twitch platform, because there's always something that the streamers have to complain about, and rightfully so in most cases.
Sure.
With Twitch, but there's a lot of this issues surrounding hate raids. That's just the latest topic.
Yes, it is.
A lot of lacking support for creators and how to kind of avert that, or there's not any repercussions to it. So these people just kind of make a whole weekend out of doing that kind of stuff to people.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of changes that I think are going to have to come to Twitch. And this may be one of the bigger moves that kind of make them reassess how they're doing it.
Yeah, this could be the big push, right? We'll have to wait and see. Dude, we got news just kind of popped out of nowhere that the PlayStation 5 event, we're going to have a State of Play come up next Thursday, September 9th, 1 p.m. Pacific time, which puts us at 4 p.m. Eastern time over here, which the showcase will weigh in at around, you ready for this? 40 minutes. Dude, this is one of the longest state of plays they have ever done, right? We're normally in around that 20-minute mark, and it's over. But now they're talking 40 minutes. It includes updates from PlayStation Studios and some of the industry's most imaginative developers for games releasing this holiday and beyond. And stick around after the presentation to get more updates from some of the studio teams featured in the showcase. One thing to take note of, though, they said, PlayStation's next generation of VR won't make an appearance this time, but there will be plenty of great PS5 games from the developers large and small we hope you can enjoy. So take a look at that, dude. I'm kind of excited. Biggest thing for me then, Scott, is what are they showcasing?
Yeah, we mentioned this about the Tokyo Game Show and what does PlayStation have? If they are there, what are they going to show?
Yeah.
And I suppose this is somewhat an answer to that. They're making their statement here instead of Tokyo Game Show, it seems. But
absolutely.
Yeah, as for what's going to be on there, I can't really think of anything. I had a hopeful guess last time, but that's very unlikely.
Yeah, I'll go with that
one. we know what's not going to be there again, which is quite disappointing. But
so the
I'm curious to see what they do come out with.
Well, the biggest thing now, right, is what do we know that's in development? Well, we know God of War is in development. That's probably one of their biggest IPs. Will we see anything from God of War? Sony Santa Monica has been working on this title for a while. I could see us getting a pretty good sneak peek at what they've been working on right here. This will tie us over into the next year, right? This will tie us into 2022. Go, okay, get ready. Here's a new God of War. I think they end it on God of War. I think that would be, or you come out swinging and you open it up, but then you better have a solid entry for this to end off then as well, right? I think you should end, for me, personally, I would end it with God of War. If you're going to show God of War, end it with God of War. I think that would be cool, but we also don't know what other big titles they're working on, right? They said large and small studios, so we're going to get a mix of everything. We're probably going to see a big sweep of indie stuff come through, which is always cool and fascinating because they push the boundaries of creativity because they don't really have anybody holding them down, right? Well, you have to make this, you have to do it this way, that, and the other, right?
No producer over their head kind of saying, no, you can't do it this way.
So definitely excited to see because they're going to be focused heavily on PlayStation 5. No PSVR, which is kind of, oh man, I would have really liked to see the next iteration of the PlayStation VR 2, right? I'm
a big fan of the VR. I want to see that more supported, whether it's PlayStation and Oculus. In any case, I want them to bring that stuff to the forefront.
Absolutely.
But I have a question. Do you think, or rather, how long do you think it'll be before there's a PlayStation 5 Slim model?
Okay, so they've been they're working on a new model. They've already said that they've fixed a couple things, but the shell itself is still physically the same size, but the innards of the mechanics of the PlayStation 5 is much smaller, it's more compressed. They've done away with the shortage of the chips and things that they're kind of struggling with, right? Because everybody's clamoring to try and get a PlayStation 5. But all these shortages has affected everybody across the world, not just the video game industry, but I know other industries have been affected by it as well. But they've found a way around to kind of exclude that part of the hardware so they can get PlayStations into people's hands. And so
I'm a little worried about that, though. Does that mean you're getting a PlayStation 4.5 if you get that model? Like, aren't those chips necessary?
Well, you think, right?
Yeah. I just, whatever their changes are, I hope they figured out the hardware in such a way that it doesn't hum like a Boeing 747.
Man. My PS4 on
takeoff.
The Pro was just
oh yeah. No, I used to hear my roommates down about 30 feet vertically below me. I could hear it every time. I could tell when he put a new disc into it.
It's nuts, but definitely excited. Next Thursday, I'll be here. We'll see where Scott is at. We'll have somebody hopefully be able to join me, and we'll be here one way or another. Looking forward to streaming that because, man, 40 minutes of PlayStation content, I'm in. I want to see what's new. I want to see what's coming, and I want to see what we're getting this year. Because that's the other question we had too, Scott. Like, what else do they have this year? We talked about Deathloop coming out this month. We talked about Kena, Bridge of Spirits coming out this month. And then after that, it's all been third party. So they about to maybe, I don't know, right? I don't think so. I think that's 2022. Yeah, exactly. So are they going to about to kind of do like a sneak drop on us? Say, hey, by the way, boom, you can get this today, and here's what's coming the next month, and then the following month, right? Oh, yo, what if we get Spider-Man preview for Marvel's Avengers.
Oh, that could be cool.
Right? I think this is a time to do it. This would be fantastic. We all just kind of wrapped up War of Wakanda, and now we're getting into this. But okay, let's move on to more stuff, Scott, because dude, we're getting along in the show already. Battlefield 2042 early access beta dates seem to have been leaked. The Battlefield 2042 early access beta dates appear to have leaked via an Italian retailer, and if the info is authentic, we don't have to wait long. In a leaked image spotted by a Redditor, Italian retailer Media World, or Media Market, as is known throughout the rest of Europe, appears to have confirmed Battlefield's 2042 early access beta is going live Monday. Dude, like that's literally just around the corner.
Yeah. Well, I'm surprised this didn't come from Walmart Canada. You're letting me down, Walmart Canada.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. Some things just never go away. That's September. So that's going to run September 6th and run until Saturday, September 11th. Dude, you getting in on the beta?
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to. I just mentioned returning to work, but, I'm feeling a sick break coming up.
Calling in sick already. Dude, yeah, that's exciting. I know a lot of people are pumped for that. We talked about this over and over again. There's a lot to, I think, get hyped for, but I'm curious to see how long it sticks around. There's a lot of content coming for the game, and the whole new portal mode thing was really interesting to see how long that can keep it alive too, right? So
the first thing I want to see out of the beta is this game Battlefield 5 in the future, or is it Battlefield 1 in the future?
Oh,
if it's Battlefield 1 in the future, I'm going to pre-order that day.
There you go. Nice. Dude, that's cool. You have to let me know, because I don't know if I'll be able to get into it or not, but we'll see what happens.
Intricate differences, but I'm into it.
Yeah. Dude, you know one thing we're not into? Abandoned. Because...
Oh, man.
Abandoned...
Will it ever see the light of day?
I don't know, dude. Abandoned isn't called Abandoned and was announced too soon. No kidding.
Yeah, you can say that again.
Oh, man. Abandoned developer Blue Box Games released an FAQ acknowledging that the game was announced too early on and confirming that its official title will be changed in a future reveal. Oh, come on, man. Like, are you kidding? The FAQ in the live at the footer of the studio's website is live. Sorry, the studio's website. It appears with when we'll learn more, which is one question many people have been asking since the release of the game's PS5 reveal app. Which, in words of Blue Box director Hassan, was a big disaster. Dude, everything about this game is a disaster right now.
That's one way to say flaming dumpster fire.
Absolutely. The studio says it's working hard to reveal Abandoned ASAP, but that the game is not ready for the public eye. Despite months of lead up with this in mind, Blue Box has addressed the many delays that has sadly abandoned since its reveal. Yeah, it's just been, dude, everything about this game has just been a train wreck going further down the path. Then they went on more stuff this week on Twitter about could it be Silent Hill, and maybe we don't know yet. I'm like, stop playing this game. No. Dude, just stop.
Just put this to bed already. Yeah.
Honestly, they just need to disappear. They should just disappear for about 3 years and then come back when the game is ready to go. That's what I think they should do.
At this point, I don't think there's a winning path for them forward at this point. No matter what it is, it's going to be overhype at best and underhype at worst, because at this point, it's just a big curiosity in my mind. I can't speak for everybody, but I'm just not that interested in the game, regardless of what it is. It could be a new Halo taken on by this developer, and I'm just not into it anymore.
No,
but it's a car crash you can't quite look away from. It keeps coming back.
Well, absolutely, and the fact that they're going to change the name might divert some people to not realize who this is. Right? I think they're abandoning the name because it's been torched to flames. Scott, like it's just they want nothing to do with this name anymore because they just burned themselves, right? They shot themselves in the foot with this game already, and it's not even out. So hopefully they can figure it out. But honestly, they need to take the No Man's Sky approach, right, with Hello Games, and just vanish. Don't say a word. Keep your mouth quiet. Keep it shut, and just disappear for 3 years. Come back when it's ready, and have something solid to show.
It feels like a No Man's Sky scenario. It absolutely does.
Oh, man.
But Man's Sky, I don't think they're going to come out with a No Man's Sky #2, because they've
Nope.
done a lot to save face, but
Absolutely.
I still don't think they've gotten above water, really.
Oh, dude, I don't know. 17th update. We just talked about it yesterday, and
That's true.
they seem to be doing just fine. A lot of people are on that game. They're pumped for it, right? But, dude, I want to get in the next one because I was like, oh no, now what? Lost Ark, the Korean MMO picked up by Amazon Games, is no longer coming this fall. You know what I immediately went to was Amazon canceled the game. That's what I was thinking, because that's the track record we've had over the last little while with Amazon, is that they've just canceled stuff.
Yeah, we've had a few that just haven't worked out, unfortunately. Crucible is one I still miss.
Exactly. Dude, I still miss that game too. That game was fun, but it just needed a little bit of fine tweaking, and I think it would have had something. I don't know. But it is now gone, right?
I bet 17 updates later, it would have been pretty good.
You would think so, dude. But what happened here was Last Ark has been delayed till early 2022 as the developer of his Western version respond to both alpha feedback and recent changes to the MMO's Korean counterpart. Amazon Games first revealed it had taken up Lost Ark with an E3 2021 announcement in June, at the same time slotting it for a fall 21 release. Lost Ark now is targeting a Western release window of early 2022, according to the announcement given on the website. While delving into all of the great feedback and data generated by our alpha and reviewing recent changes to the Korean version that we wanted to include in our release, we discovered a lot more work that will be needed to launch Lost Ark at the high quality bar our players deserve. So there we go. We're getting it next year. Not a big surprise, dude. I was more shocked that it wasn't canceled.
Well, Q1 2022 is not a terrible delay.
Not at all.
Like, that's still quite on the horizon, so at least it's not being shelved. It's seemingly not being shelved. But we've mentioned the trend that Amazon seems to have. Are they going to release it and then 2 weeks later fold?
Hopefully not, right?
Hopefully not.
Well, that's just it. And they're working on their MMO, New World. So, like, they're competing with themselves. Like, they picked up an MMO. They're producing an MMO. So, what are you guys doing? Like, that's
Did they pick it up to silence it?
Oh, wow.
For their own MMO release? That would be some EA trickery, actually.
Yeah, I don't think that happened whatsoever, dude. But we'll see. It was curious. It was interesting to see that they picked up a studio that's building an MMO when they're already about to, release and launch their own MMO, which is just a weird turn of events, man, to be honest. But yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to take on too much.
No, not at all. Scott, but I do want to get into one last thing, dude, before we get into our releases for today, and that is the Injustice animated film launches on October 19th. What would happen if Superman turned evil? Well, this is the frightening scenario that Injustice explores. That's right. So look for the animated series coming on October 19th. I'm a big Injustice fan, so I might want to check this out, dude. Looks pretty cool.
This one's cool. I'm not so much of a fan of DC, except for these kind of what if scenarios.
Yeah,
and those get really interesting. Actually, this is probably one of the better ones because you may see Batman versus Superman come up in another form.
Absolutely, Scott. Let's get into it. What games are coming out today, buddy?
We have Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions. That's on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. We have Golf Club Wasteland. Sounds interesting. On PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And The Medium is now on PlayStation 5.
Did you and Nate check that one out?
Yes, that was quite interesting. Series X, I was playing that on, so it's good to see that it makes its way to PlayStation now for that whole hemisphere.
Absolutely.
Ready to leave my fears behind one last time.
Dude, that is going to wrap up today's show. Everybody, thank you for joining us. Of course, you can join us live over on twitch.tv/theofficialitg, as well as YouTube. But if you can't join us live, hit us up later, InsideTheGame.ca, podcast services, TV streaming networks around the globe. I'm Drew, that's Scott. Everybody, have a great weekend. And don't forget, we'll see you on Tuesday.